We're joined by Wole Coaxum, founder and CEO of MoCafi, a fintech company focused on serving minority communities and those who are unbanked or underbanked. A very good afternoon to you. Thanks so much for joining us. To tell us exactly what your app and your service does and the latest update you've applied to it.
Yeah, thanks so much. It's great to see you today. What we're really trying to do is bring financial services to all Americans who, regardless of zip code, and the statistics that you cited demonstrate a real gap in terms of access to products and services for some of the most vulnerable in our communities. The statistic is 50 to 55% of African Americans and Hispanics are either unbanked or underbanked, and our platform seeks to revolutionize that. We want everyone to have access to a low-cost, highly responsible banking product, FDIC insured, and we're doing something really innovative. We're taking the retail stores that are in the communities across the country and turning them into bank branches where individuals can deposit cash into their account for free, and they can also withdraw cash from a free ATM network. So the things some of us take for granted in terms of a high-quality bank account, low fee, is now being made available through the MoCafi platform to everyone across the country. And we're really excited about that.
Is it just for cash, or can you do anything digitally for these communities as well?
Oh, it's all about the digital. The beautiful thing is we're bringing a mobile-first platform to communities where they have the ability to provide their basic information in the app, enroll in the card, and within a couple of minutes, they actually have their account number, their routing number for their FDIC insured account. They also have coming to them in the mail their MasterCard debit card, not a prepaid account, but a full demand deposit account. And then in the app, people have the ability to pay billers. We can also issue checks on their behalf. And then that's where we bring the ability to put cash into the account through the 80,000 stores that we're partnering with, so where people can put cash into the account, as well as they can go into the app and take a picture of the check, and they can get free immediate availability. So we think we can really change the game for individuals who spend a lot of time at the check cashers. They don't have to do that anymore. And if they get paid in cash, they can actually go to a store in their neighborhood, load the cash into their account, and have immediate availability. Or, there's still a large number of people who get checks at the end of the week, and we can either have them do direct deposit, or they can just take a picture of the check and have access to their money so they can buy things online, or they can go out to the movies or whatnot.
Do you feel like there's a lot of competition out there at the moment? A lot of other apps, fintech companies kind of offering similar things to what you're offering?
It's interesting. Our premise is we want to do three things. We want to get people banked in a low-cost, responsible way. The second thing is we want to help people build their credit, and they can actually use their rent payments on our platform to have their credit score increase. We see some pretty amazing results. And in the Black community, 60% of the Black community rents, and those rent payments aren't reported to the credit bureau. So we want to close that gap. And in doing so, if you have a quality bank account and if you're able to build your credit score, the third step is we want to provide a way to create and retain wealth in our communities. And we're thinking about that from the perspective of home ownership. We're thinking about that from the perspective of creating small businesses. And what we're finding is, to answer your question, there aren't a lot of other fintech companies that are focused on a holistic approach. Our big strategy is we see a big problem, and we think that if you provide a high-quality product to a large market, we can really reimagine banking for a part of the community that has really been overlooked, and I think it says a lot about the need for diverse founders, because individuals solve the problems that they're familiar with. And coming from my background and community, we, as the African Americans, over-index on utilization of the very expensive predatory products that can often be the only resource that's available. And I think that we've come to this problem with a unique lens where we see a big problem. Technology is wonderful in terms of this moment allows us to address that problem, and we can do it in such a way that everybody wins. And it's interesting, McKinsey has done a lot of really interesting analysis about the impact of bringing African Americans in particular into the banking system, and they estimate that that market at a minimum is a $2 billion increased revenue market. And if African Americans are fully engaged in financial services broadly defined, that's a $50 billion market. And quite frankly, at the moment, we see ourselves as being well positioned to take advantage of that opportunity.
Wole, thanks so much for joining us. Much appreciated.
Thank you.